You're born in Silicon Valley. Not into money, into control. The minute you take your first breath, your father's company crosses 3 billion users. He doesn't hold you first, he refreshes a dashboard. Because your father didn't build a company, he built the most addictive app on earth. And one day, you realize it wasn't an accident. An app that knows when people feel lonely. An app that learns what makes them angry. An app that quietly studies what keeps them scrolling at 2:17 in the morning. You grow up hearing words most kids never hear at the dinner table. Retention curve, behavioral loop, engagement spike, emotional volatility. Your father doesn't sell a product, he sells attention. And attention is the only resource on earth that every human has in limited supply. By the time you're old enough to understand what he does, half the planet is using it. And you're starting to realize something no one else sees. The app isn't just addictive, it's intentional. You don't grow up around toys. You grow up around prototypes. While other kids visit their parents' offices and see cubicles and coffee machines, you walk through glass corridors where entire rooms are covered in live data. Massive screens glow in darkened spaces, world maps, heat signatures, engagement spikes lighting up cities in real time. Sao Paulo is glowing red. Berlin just turned orange. Chicago is pulsing. You ask what the colors mean. High emotional activity, someone says casually. You're 8 years old. At dinner, your father doesn't ask how school was. He asks questions like, why do you think people share things that make them angry more than things that make them happy? You shrug. He smiles slightly. Because anger travels faster. You don't understand yet that this isn't philosophy, it's product strategy. Your house is minimalist, silent, intelligent. Voice assistants in every room, beta hardware on the kitchen counter, engineers showing up unannounced to test new features. Everyone treats your father with a particular kind of respect, not fear, not admiration, dependency. Heads of media companies wait in your living room. Politicians request quiet dinners. Celebrities ask for algorithm boosts before major releases. You start noticing something strange at school. Your classmates can't sit through lunch without checking their phones. They laugh at videos they watched alone the night before. They argue about posts your father's platform amplified. One day, your best friend doesn't respond when you're talking. He's scrolling. You look over his shoulder. The app is feeding him content faster than he can process it. He doesn't choose what he sees. It chooses him. That's the first time you feel it. Not pride, not guilt, something else. Power, but not yours. The company holds quarterly celebrations at headquarters, champagne, LED stages, applause when milestones are announced. 4 hours average daily time spent. Thunderous applause. User session length up 11%. Standing ovation. You clap too. You still think this is what success looks like. But one night, walking past your father's office, you hear something that doesn't sound like celebration. It sounds like calculation. Negative emotion outperforms neutral by 23%. Push controversy clusters. Friction increases retention. There's no villain in the room, just analysts, just graphs, just optimization. And for the first time, you start to understand something uncomfortable. The app doesn't care whether people are happy. It cares whether they stay. And staying is measurable. You're 15 when your father finally lets you see it. Not the public version, not the sanitized investor presentation, the real dashboard. It's later than usual when he calls you into his office. No ceremony, no speech. He just swivels his monitor toward you. At first, it looks harmless. Graphs, retention curves, demographic breakdowns, geographic heat maps. Then you notice the labels. Emotional volatility index, compulsive return probability, late-night vulnerability window. You ask what that last one means. Your father answers calmly. Users are more suggestible between 1 and 3 a.m. Cortisol is higher. Impulse control is lower. He says it the way someone might explain weather patterns, not manipulation, prediction. He clicks into a user cluster. 1,000 anonymous profiles expand into behavioral patterns. Recently single. Searched for anxiety symptoms. Scrolling past midnight. Engagement rate increasing. You stare at the screen. These aren't users. They're patterns. And patterns can be predicted. You feel something shift. If the system can see them this clearly, what does it see when it looks at you?